A sobering new audit of more than 100 of the largest veterans charities finds that 40% of them 40% failed basic standards for efficient use of donations. That means less money actually goes to veterans and their services. Let me now bring in retired U.S. Navy Commander Kirk Lippold, advisory member for Charities for Vets, the group that conducted that audit. Commander, welcome to the show this morning, and thank you for your service.
Thank you for having me on this morning.
Explain this to me. So in 40% of the groups that you looked into, is it fair to say that those veterans didn't see a dollar of what was given, or break down exactly what you found?
Well, what we found in going through in that every 501c3 charitable organization, their tax records are public. And what Charities for Vets does as part of the RAM Foundation is that we go through those tax returns, cull through them, and determine of the money that Americans give to these charitable organizations, do they really get to the individual veteran that they claim they're supposed to? Do they, in fact, support the mission that they say they're going to? And when you really look at it, Charities for Vets does what Consumer Reports does for refrigerators and microwaves. We do for charitable organizations, essentially the top 100 largest veterans organizations in the country. And we go through and determine as the gold standard how much is actually getting to support those veterans when Americans are so willing to give to those who have served our nation.
Yeah, it's such a critical need, and for people to have transparency into who and what they're giving to. And you have such a personal story to this mission, right? You were commander of the USS Cole when it was attacked by terrorists back in 2000. You have 3 sailors buried in that Section 60 that I just mentioned. And you watched how critical it was for those families to actually receive the help that organizations were promising them. I mean, you've got to see everything from a different lens now.
It truly was. After the attack on USS Cole, it was amazing to see the number of Americans that were willing to give to the crew and the families who had suffered that ultimate price, where 17 of my sailors were killed. But now, having had time and benefit of organizations like Charities for Vets that provide that screening service, and you can go to our website, it's charitiesforvets.org. And when you look at it, you can go through and determine, is my money getting where I want it to go? We have highly recommended, where 90% or more gets to the actual veterans. We have recommended, where 75% or more. And then we have not recommended. And the not recommended doesn't mean that these organizations don't do good work. It's that there is too much overhead, too much expense, or they hold too much in their trusts instead of actually getting to the veterans themselves.
You know, you look at the numbers, it's pretty weighty how much of an impact Charities for Vets has on charities out there, right? I mean, from 2022 to 2023, the charities that you did not recommend saw a drop in donations of $125 million. Those that you did recommend saw donations increase by $23 million. And those that you highly recommended had an increase of $65 million. You feel confident in the accuracy of your ratings before you release them, sir?
Rock solid accuracy. And one of the great things is that when you look at those that are not recommended, it's that we don't want to put them out of business. What we want them to do is raise their standard. And we give each of them the opportunity that if we rate them in not recommended, they can come back to us and say, hey, did you consider this? Have you looked at this? Here's how we have changed. And we're willing to change our recommendations to do that. So at the end of the day, it just gives people an opportunity to give their money to those organizations who get the most to those who need it, and those are the veterans who've served.
Yeah, well, you want to know that your money is going where you think it's going. Commander Kirk Lippold, as always, thank you for joining the program. Really appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, and enjoy Memorial Day as we reflect on those who paid the ultimate price.
Thank you. I will, and you as well. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.